Legend has it that in the 15th century, King Loloi was lent a mythical sword by the Dragon King to fight against a foreign invasion. One day, after defeating the enemy, the king was on a dragon boat sailing around Luke Tree Lake, when suddenly a giant turtle with a golden shell emerged from the water surface and asked him to return the magic sword to his master, the Dragon King. King Loloi tossed it towards the turtle, and the turtle catched the sword and descended back into the water. From then on, people renamed the lake to Hong Kiem, or Lake of the Returned Sword. I've been to many places in Asia, but to me Hanoi has always been my favorite destination because here I can both enjoy the busy atmosphere of a modern city as well as the unique trades of the old days. I'm here at the Nok Sun Temple on Hong Kiem Lake. This is one of the symbols of the capital of Hanoi. You might wonder, what is this mummy of the turtle doing here? Well, this is the turtle related to the legend of Hong Kiem, as well as its name. The legend is nice, isn't it? This is not the only turtle. There's much more to tell about the turtle in Vietnamese culture. I will show you. I am here at the Temple of Literature. This is the first university built in Vietnam during the Le Dynasty in the 11th century. As you can see, the doctorates of the old time are written down on stelaes, placed on turtles. This is a sign of longevity of the knowledge. When visiting worshipping places like temples and pagodas in Vietnam, you can easily find statues of cranes standing on turtles. According to Vietnamese belief, turtles have a long lifespan, therefore they represent longevity. And cranes are believed to be birds of the fairy world, therefore they symbolize enduring power and perfection. Because of these beautiful meanings, turtles and cranes are worshipped by the Vietnamese people. Also, these two animals represent the harmony between heaven and earth, and between yin and yang. Despite all the legends and the profound meaning in Asian culture, most of Asia's tortoises and freshwater turtles are facing extinction right now, and Vietnam is not an exception. Due to widespread hunting as well as collection of the turtles for traditional medicine, exotic dishes, or keeping them as pets. So I am wondering, in this situation, how can the turtle species survive? Join me on a trip of turtle conservation with Vietnam Discovery. My name is Eggy, I come from Holland, and I'm a traveler and English teacher. I'm here in Cúc Phương National Park, which is about 120 kilometers away from Hanoi. The park was established in 1962 and it's the first national park in Vietnam. Cúc Phương National Park is located in Ninh Binh province. It is the largest nature reserve in Vietnam with a total area of more than 22,000 hectares. Also, the park is one of the most important sites for biodiversity in the country. Cúc Phương is home to an amazing diversity of flora and fauna. According to the recent survey data, the park has 2,234 species of vascular plants and mosses. Inhabitants include 135 species of mammals, 122 reptilian and amphibian species. A number of species in the park are listed on Vietnam's Red Book of Endangered Species. Cúc Phương is amazing. It's not easy to see wildlife in the forest, so be careful. Be quiet when you walk through. Listen to the birds, and you might will see some wildlife. The main feeling I felt was being happy to walk in the forest, also because you don't see that much forest. This beautiful, this dense, and this evergreen. Hi, Aggie! Hey, do you know where you are? No, I don't. Can you tell me? You just arrived at the 1,000-year-old tree. It's called Cho Chi in Vietnamese. Also, it's one of the rarest species you can find in this forest or anywhere else. Why do you know all this about this tree? Because I'm Professor Egbert and I love nature. So congratulations on finishing your 3-kilometer hike. Now please continue your journey. There's much more to discover here in this forest. Thank you! Cho Chi tree, scientific name Parastreya stellata, is a must-see in Cúc Phương National Park. It's about 45 meters tall and especially its diameter of 5 meters is spectacular. Arms of more than 20 people may hold its roots. However, this species of trees is also under threat because of the loss of habitat. There are so many things that are interesting in this forest, but I'm not here to have a vacation. Turtles are waiting for me. Here I am at the Turtle Center in Cúc Phương National Park. The center was established in 1998 as a rescue and holding center for Vietnamese tortoise and freshwater turtles. What's really interesting is that here you can find the most rarest species of turtles. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you too today.
Okay. So in here we call the information room where we find every information about our center.
Yes.
Yeah. So
An expert who will accompany me during my journey to learn about the turtle conservation is Do Tang Hao, manager of the Turtle Conservation Center. Hao said that the turtle is one of the gentlest of reptile species, the slowest, but also most vulnerable due to hunting. He hopes that everyone will join hands for the future of the turtles. I like to hear that. I absolutely think. The TCC was established by Fauna Flora International. The center comprised of enclosures, aquatic tanks and specialized breeding and holding facilities for more than 600 turtles, representing 21 of Vietnam's 25 native species. Although large confiscations of turtles are becoming rare in Vietnam, the TCC still receives endangered and critically endangered turtles from illicit trade. Tens of thousands of turtles have been rescued and released back into the wild thanks to the efforts of the center. It's amazing! This one is not scared at all. Most animals here in the center have been confiscated by the wildlife protection authorities from illegal trade. The main goal here is to nurture the animals back in a natural habitat until they can be released back into the wild. Here I can see with my own eyes endangered and critically endangered turtles representing the 3 regions of northern, central and southern Vietnam. First, big-headed turtle, declared endangered in the Red Book by IUCN in 2010 and by Vietnam in 2007. Location: from North Vietnam to the Central Highlands. Easy to die. Second, Vietnamese pond turtle, declared critically endangered by IUCN and Vietnam in 2010. Location: only in the central region of Vietnam. Very hard to find this species in the wild now. Third, Vietnamese box turtle, critically endangered. Location, only found in Vietnam, particularly in coastal areas, extremely rare. And I know about the legendary Hong Kiem turtle, giant soft-shelled turtle, critically endangered. Only 4 turtles now left in the world. 2 in Vietnam and 2 in China. I was not aware that there were so many species here in Vietnam. So that's something for me that I found is special about this animal, the diversity, where they live, how they live, what they eat. So right now, you can see that we serve the turtles a fruit salad. And it's not maybe with all the mayonnaise we would have back home, but it's a really nice looking dish we serve to the turtles. Breakfast served. Enjoy your meal. Tortoises and freshwater turtles in the center are being carefully and scientifically taken care of. Their food includes fruit, worms and fish. They are fed every day in summer, but in winter this routine is every 2 days to suit their hibernation. I arrived at a turtle conservation center nearly at the end of the mating season of the turtle. It lasts from March to December. Turtles lay eggs once a year and from 1 to 10 eggs each time. That means I will have a chance to find turtle eggs. So now I'm following Mr. Hao. Really exciting to find eggs. Where can we find them?
Okay. Oh, over there. I saw one. Yeah, you can see it's look like a new soil.
Right.
Yeah, so different with the other place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see. I guess that in here we can find the turtle egg.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Tree in here.
Right.
Yeah. And I write down the.
So the highest point, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So yeah, the highest point.
Mm-hmm. So you gotta be really careful here in this process. Never ever turn the egg upside down. What can happen? The fetus inside can die. And we might never ever have a hatching. So carefully put it down. And hopefully in a few months we have a new one. The eggs will hatch after 70 to 120 days depending on different species and temperature. And the temperature will affect the sex of the turtle. It's like this. Below 28 degrees Celsius, it will be a male. 32 degrees Celsius, it will be a female. Since its establishment, the center has succeeded in conducting captive breeding for 19 out of 21 species of turtle here. Thousands of baby turtles have been born and released into the wild. Besides the work at the center, another important task for my expert here is to conduct fact-finding trips to find turtles and research their habitats. And I will join him on such a trip. So here we are, preparing for our trip into the jungle, finding the turtles. The following equipment we will bring. Over here, we have a hammock. We will bring GPS, as well as knives. And last but not least, we need some food to get through the trip. Our expert knows how to find the turtles. But to make the job not that hard, we also bring the local guide, and he has his hunting dogs. These dogs are trained to sniff, to smell the turtles in order that we can find them. Yeah. I really enjoy my time making friends with these lovely hunting dogs and finding out more about the traditions of the locals here.
dân ở đây ở gần ven rừng nên là thường là những hộ dân ở đây vẫn còn nuôi chó săn để nó săn những con thú hoặc là những con rùa. Đặc điểm là con rùa là nó săn rất tốt.
Vâng. What I really enjoyed by the first 2 hours of our trekking in the jungle was that the dogs were just enjoying themselves running around, but you just had to whistle and they would come straight away back. And it reminded me a little bit about my childhood back home. I come from farmer families myself, and we've been hunting. When I was young, I've been on the hunting trips with my grandpa quite a few times, and he also brought along some of his other friends and our family members. We often use dogs as well, in a similar way, to find the animals, to show us the way, where to go in the forest or on the fields. So yeah, I love dogs, and I really liked it I liked it a lot to have them with us in the forest. An average trip will take about 10 to 15 days of trekking in the jungle. However, it's not sure if you can find any turtles. It's like a pleasant surprise that it started raining in the forest. It gave me a feeling of freshness. In this humidity, walking in the forest, I felt fresh again due to the rain. But another thing is that we were that lucky.
Turtle is used to achieve more during the rainy, and we might see turtle today.
We will, huh?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I gotta tell you that I'm not used to the jungle, so I always had in my mind to be careful of leeches and insects. Especially because of the rain, insects become active. So soon we had to make camp, and it was an interesting experience that we had to hang the hammock. So we had 2 trees, we hung it in between, but the trick is to have the good knots.
Relax.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I don't think it supports both of
But
us.
it's still fine. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm heavy.
Me too. Yeah.
I have the ropes on the All right.
It's done really. So what do you think about today?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice to go trekking in the jungle.
Yeah.
I didn't imagine that it would take that much effort for the finding.
Yeah.
For finding the turtles.
Yeah.
So it's not that easy, huh?
Okay. Come here.
Oh, Zoe. Oi. It's me. It's me. I think these hammocks are built for the Vietnamese size, not for the Western size.
That's a cut before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi. Back home, we don't have to worry about the surface where we sleep in the forests. So normally we use tents. So put up a tent, yes. Hang a hammock, no. It was the first time in my life.
It's sunny again.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the weather can change. So we start finding the turtle again. Yeah.
Good. All right. Yeah, knives.
Yeah, I have one here.
Like, you never know for sure if you can find them, yes or no, but we brought most of what we could bring. With Mr. Howe, but we also had other biologists with his hunting dogs. And they knew, when I was walking with them, they seemed to know what they were doing. So I always had the hope of finding some turtles.
Hào ơi, có thể là chó phát hiện ra mùi của rùa ở trên khu vực trên này Hào ơi.
I was surprised to see a turtle there in the jungle in the beginning. But then it was really nice to have a look at how they live, how they hide in the rocks, how they use their shell. Because when we came close, they were like straight away the head in, tail in, the limbs in.
Oh, actually, yeah. Found one already. That's a killer Bảo Tồn Rùa mohoti, one native species of the Cúc Phương National Park. And this species, we used to find them at the rainy. Yeah, because they active more.
I see.
Yeah,
We got
during
one.
the rain. Yeah.
Is this a female, a male?
Okay, I will show you how to identify male and female. So the male have long tail and big tails than the female. So
I
you
see.
see that's one female. Yes. Cool.
And is this an adult, or
No,
is this
not
a
yet,
child?
that's juvenile.
Juvenile.
Yes.
How can you see, how big will they become fully
This
grown?
could be up to over 1 kilogram, maybe 1.3 kilogram. I can guess that at least 9 years.
Really?
Yes.
How can you see that?
Okay, you can count the circle here and guess that.
Ah, so it's
Yeah.
like with the rings from a tree.
For a tree, yeah. It's
And
similar.
each circle is
1 year.
Ah,
Yeah.
so that,
Yeah, so you can count like
so 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah.
quite up, right?
9.
Yes.
It's really nice to be part of the team of biologists searching in the jungle through rainy and sunny weather for the turtles. Personally, in the beginning, we're not quite sure if we could catch the turtle, but I'm really nice to have this 9-year-old female turtle we found. And personally, I think it's just a great way to have a little exercise and to be part of this beautiful Vietnamese nature. All the things about a turtle will be carefully noted into the data form to serve the research work. Measuring the turtle, identifying the gender, age, and so on.
Lucky day. Okay. Good.
There.
This one, that's a kind of Bảo Tồn. That's a Chinese Bảo Tồn. And the box means the cell look like the box, and they can protect the body of the turtle. So on YouTube you can find one video about one lion try to kill Bảo Tồn, but the lion could not do that. Yeah.
Because it's just boxed in.
Yeah. So
Nice.
we're missing the front limb.
It is.
Yeah. You see that?
How can a turtle survive with missing a limb?
Yeah, so I guess that she missing the front limb due
Yeah.
to the snare trap.
Isn't she like much more now in danger to be eaten? Or can she still find food?
Yeah, still can find food. Yeah.
Should we bring her back to the conservation center?
No, we should not. Yeah, and if we take any wildlife from the wild, it's the lot one point of the circle. So we should not do that.
Right.
Yeah. We try to protect them. Don't disturb to them. Yeah.
Correct. Good
Okay.
point. I think
So
we
we
should
just
just
release-
put her back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Trade in Southeast Asian freshwater turtles has increased greatly in the past 10-15 years. For example, Thailand showed a significant rise in live freshwater turtle exports during the 1990s, reaching a peak of over 6 million animals in 1996. However, no quantitative data are available for turtle exports from Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam or Myanmar. Export volumes are known to be substantial, however. To deal with this situation, activities has been undertaken in Vietnam and other Southeast Asian countries focused on priority species including critically endangered and endemic species of greatest conservation concern. Training and awareness undertaken by the Asian Turtle Program include enforcement training for forest rangers, raising public awareness about the importance of protecting Vietnam's turtles. We're going to visit a village of Hmong, ethnic group in the area where Hao will exchange information of wildlife conservation with the locals in order to raise their awareness of protecting nature and its wildlife. Since the old days, Cúc Phương is home to the Hmong ethnic group. Besides practicing agriculture, they have a tradition of going to the forest and exploit it. Thus, conservation education is very important here. We meet an elderly called Ding Van Dang. He is one of the oldest people in the village. He still remembers how people hunted in the past. But now the situation has changed, right from his generation onwards.
Đây là con rùa. Thường thường cứ ra đồi núi, ra nương thì bắt về đem ra vườn để chơi vậy, xong là chơi chán rồi lấy cái nhân ra ăn. Nhưng bây giờ nó không có bắt nữa. Mà vậy như thế là tốt. Đấy, bây giờ rừng nó cũng nói là cả cây cối bây giờ cũng xanh lại, rồi con vật thì cũng không trở lại bình thường. Không như ngày xưa thì không khó mà khỏi.
The village is of course very close to the national park, and these people are it's their livelihood. And I was really happy to see that from the elderly people to the children, all of them had this sense of no, you cannot touch these animals, you can't harm them, we gotta protect them. So I saw a positive change in that village. Back to the Turtle Conservation Center. Staff here told me the good news that a baby turtle might hatch today. Perhaps luck comes to me or I truly have a bond with turtles. It's hard to describe my feelings when seeing a living creature coming to the world. It's a beautiful thing. I can hold it in my own hands to feel its very first steps. May this be the first step of the turtle's life. Many steps have been made before the hatching. I learned about the cycle of rescue, protection, nurturing and breeding of the Vietnamese endangered turtle species with the main purpose of releasing them back into the wild. This is his first step. Still, many important and dangerous ones still to be made before he can lead the life of an adult, as only a very few of them will do that in the wild. All the best in your life journey. May you keep your ancestors' legend alive.